What's going on, guys? It's Ish here, and we are going to talk about a couple of things here. First and foremost, listen, I made a lot of mistakes before I made my $1 million, but these are the biggest mistakes I've ever learned while making my first $1 million. Look, at the end of the day, you're going to face a lot of problems, mistakes, and challenges and obstacles along the way. I've been through those situations, and I know that a lot of people that have been in my position will talk about the same ones. But these are ones that I've personally faced when making my first $1 million. I think this is a very valuable video to watch because you're going to get the understanding of how things work and what mistakes that Ish have to go through to get to the point where he's at right now. So let's get into it. Let's lock and load, baby. So here's my whiteboard of justice. Okay, I call this my whiteboard of justice. Why? Because we tell the truth here. Okay. We're not here to freaking do a facade. I'm not trying to sell you a little mentorship course. I make a lot of money. I'm roughly making $250,000 a month right now. I'm not interested in selling you any program or anything like that. These are just mistakes I've made when making my company turn into a 7-figure agency. Okay, simple as that. So if you guys don't know a little bit about me, my name is Ish. I go by Ish the CEO. I own 5 marketing agencies, all pretty much evaluated at the 7-figure mark. I'm heading to 8 figures by the end of this year. Hopefully in 2023, with my first year, I hit $10 million in sales, which is kind of more like profit. I sell software. I sell marketing services. I do have a mentorship program. I don't really shill it or promote it too much. It's a link down below if you're interested in learning from me and how to build a 7-figure agency and how to scale it and kind of how to really take it and automate it as well. Teach you that as well. I don't really care if you join or not because I don't make money through it. I'm more making money through my own marketing agency that I'm personally coordinating with 25 different employees. So I wanted to come on this video, and I'm a qualified person to speak is what I'm trying to show you. And I know what I'm talking about when I made mistakes. And these are the biggest mistakes I've made. And hopefully I can just help one person not go through these mistakes as well. So let's get into it. So we have 4 mistakes. Mistake 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's start with the mistake number 1. What was the biggest mistake or the first mistake? This is in chronological order, by the way. The first mistake I ever made was not making enough time for my personal growth. At the end of the day, guys, when you're trying to become an entrepreneur, it's not the money that makes you, it's the person behind the money that makes the entrepreneur. So if I'm not the same person if I was in 2017, 2018, I'm a completely changed person because the money changes your identity of who you actually have to become. I have this really good quote that I've heard from Brian Tracy. It's not becoming a millionaire that's important. It's the person you to become in order to become a millionaire. And that's the one quote I live by. You can take everything away from me tomorrow and I will still be a millionaire next year because I've made it before. I know the experience. I know what needs to be done. So the big question is, what does it take to not learn that skill is the real big question. So the real big question is, a lot of people say, what if I learn that? What if I learn that? What if you don't learn that skill? What is it costing you not to learn that skill? What is it costing you not to learn sales? What is it costing you not to learn how marketing works? What is it costing you not to know how psychology and human behavior works? Neuro-linguistic programming, neuro-emotional programming questions, all these things, NEPQ, all these questions and all these psychological tactics. What is it costing you not to learn this stuff? What is it costing you to not learn how to automate and scale things and scale businesses? It's costing you a lot of money. It could probably cost you $10K here per month. This could probably cost you $3K per month. This could probably cost you $25K per month. This is marketing is so important. Sales is the most important. This could probably cost you $50K a month, or this could probably cost you $50K a month. And you probably don't even realize this because you never made this money, but this is costing you to not learn this information. It's costing you roughly about $70,000 to $80,000 a month, which is $1 million. This is costing you. This is how much money you're burning every day from not learning this information. Simple as that. So as soon as I realized that if I'm not learning this stuff, I will never make this money and I will never become a millionaire. So as soon as I figured out how to learn this stuff, then I changed the person. I changed my identity to become the person I needed to become. So it's a very big question is you need to ask yourself is that, are you making time for personal growth and, skill sets that you can start using into the marketplace to go out there and start a successful company? No, then go out there and do it. And if you do not know where to go to, obviously I have a plethora of different videos on my own YouTube channel that I help people kind of give them an idea of how to launch an agency. So go ahead and watch my YouTube content. But if you do not want to watch my YouTube content, go watch a course, go listen to a course video, go watch a tutorial video on YouTube. There's a lot of different places to learn nowadays. You don't have to go to your freaking 65-year-old professor that's living on $50,000 a year, honestly. Mistake number 2, okay? This is a very big one. Thinking that I could do it all myself. Honestly, let's be honest here, guys. This is a very good perspective I'm going to put in front of you. I made my first 100K with my own hands. my 10 fingers, I made 100K with my first 10 fingers. Okay. I didn't have one employee. I didn't have one sales guy, one content guy, nothing. It was my hands that was handling every single thing in this business. Okay. So I made 100K. I slaved for it, but I made it. Okay. But I realized that how the heck am I going to make $1 million with my freaking 10 fingers? It's not going to happen. So, but after making my first $1 million, I realized that it took me 6 people. It took me 6 people to make my first $1 million. So that's the thing that you have to realize is that I made $100,000 with my own 10 fingers, but with 60 fingers, we made $1 million, So this is the kind of mentality that I started thinking. And this is the mistake I made, is that I thought I could do it all myself. Oh, bro, I'm going to be the best. I'm going to do this. I'll make $20,000 a month. I'll make $50,000 a month. No, you're not going to make it because you just don't have enough time to take that many consultation calls, bookings, and doing everything else for your company all at the same time. It's just not possible. So here's a perspective for you. This is you, Mr. Joe Schmo. You have 24 hours in a day. Even if you work 24 hours out of that whole day, this whole 24 hours, you got all these guys. So this is the 6 people that I needed to scale my company to $1 million. And it's 144 hours per day. So for example, me versus you. You started a business. You have 24 hours in a day. But I have 144 hours in a day because I got 6 employees that were working together to build the company. You get what I'm saying? 24 compared to 144 hours. I'm going to get 6 times more done with you within the first day. I have 30 employees here, meaning that I'm getting done 30 times what you can get done in one day. What you can get done in 1 month, I could get done in 1 day. Why? Because I have 30 people that are all working with me in a single day, meaning that I'm going to be faster than you. I'm going to scale faster than you. I'm going to make more money than you. Why? Because I have a team around me that's helping me finish and accomplish the goals. Simple as that. So now going forward, this was the second mistake that I learned, is thinking that I could do it all myself. I'm a one-man army, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I had to, bite the bullet. Obviously now I have to pay people, employees and salaries and all that kind of stuff. But it worked out at the end of the day because now we're going to the $10 million mark and I'm probably going to take home about $7 million. Okay. See what I'm saying? So this is how the mentality is. This is what we're going to be accomplishing. Mistake number 3 is giving too much trust into people. Honestly, at the end of the day, this word trust in business is very sketchy. You will not be able to find a lot of people that you can trust. And I learned this mistake very, very bad. I gave it into the wrong hands. I gave the trust into the wrong hands. Wrong people took my trust and I gave the trust to the wrong people. And I didn't know what trust even meant. So, for example, this is a very personal information for me, but I'm going to give it out. I exposed myself and my business secrets to all my employees. I'm like, hey, man, this is what we do here. And not thinking that they can go out there and do it themselves. Stupid me. I was like, hey, bro, this is how it works. This is how the whole system works. And then guess what they did after they did it? After they understood my company and the intricacies of my company, I had 3 of my employees start their own agencies, and they're all doing 6 figures right now. Meaning that I came in here and they got freaking free training from me, and I paid them for the training. So they came in here, learned the game, learned my secrets, and they went out there and quit and started their own agencies. So you have to be very careful and keep your stuff secure so this doesn't happen to you. So you don't build more competition to the marketplace and have them go out there and try to take advantage of your business model. So what we did to kind of like combat this is we compartmentalized everything. Before, I just had everyone learn everything in the company. But now I compartmentalized everything in my entire company. So now we have separate divisions. For example, sales team, operations team, content team, and even HR. This HR guy goes out there and finds people for all these companies as well, or all these departments as well. So we're consistently looking for new talent. And one thing you really have to understand is there's no loyalty when it comes to money. You can have the most, diehard guy go to war for you, but at the end of the day, there's no loyalty being in sales. There's no loyalty being shared unless it's your blood brother, blood cousin. There's no loyalty in this game. If someone gives you $1 million to say, hey, go freaking quit Ish's job, they're going to quit. And I'm not mad at that. It's just part of the game. It's business. We're now, as a business is cutthroat, it's not supposed to be, oh, I believe in Ish. I'm not going to take your $1 million, you weirdo. No, they're going to take the $1 million. This is the thing about business, is that you have to realize that you're only as good until your next competitor comes in and freaking, takes you over. That's why I'm taking over my industry right now, is because I'm better than all my competitors. My rates are cheaper, my services are better, and my experience is just so much more better. And then people are just going to buy from me because it's just better service, right? The reason people buy from Amazon and not from freaking all these other e-commerce stores is because it's a better service. That's the same thing with me. I would offer a better service. So this is the third thing that I learned, and I made a really big mistake, is giving my trust too much into people and not keeping my stuff secure, right? It's a very big mistake, guys. Do not underestimate that one. Mistake number 4 is not scaling too fast, meaning that I thought that I should trust the process. And trusting the process can mean a lot of different things for a lot of different people. But for me, trusting the process means, okay, I'll start with 1 employee. 6 months later, I might start with 5 employees. No, this is not how you scale. If you have the proper skill sets, the knowledge, and the mindset of making this company a really successful company, you have to understand you need to scale it. Okay. What's stopping you from going out there and starting with $1,000 a month? And then the second month you do $100,000 a month. It's scale. It's how many things you can do within that 30-day period that can take you from $1,000 to $100,000 a month. And the only thing that's really stopping you is your mindset. The only thing that's not stopping me from my 100 employees, like I want 100 sales guys that are all doing sales calls for me. The only thing that's stopping me is that I'm scared pretty much. And, you have to be fearless in sales. You have to be fearless. I'm 23 years old. I want to take risk. But this is the biggest mistake that I'm personally facing, is that I'm not scaling as fast enough. I'm sitting at, $250,000 a month. I'm happy 100K, 100, 200K, sometimes, 185K a month. I'm happy, but I'm not scaling fast enough, meaning that I'm satisfied where I am. And I really want to get to the next level, but I'm so scared because I'm so comfortable. I like what I'm doing. I like how it's going, but I want to scale. I need to be a billionaire, right? So for example, now to combat this problem that I'm currently facing, I actually have a 2-week sales training course, an advanced course that I personally curated with tests and everything like that. I have a full-time HR that is recruiting hundreds of people and doing interviews and conducting, interviews and getting resumes and doing Zoom interviews and all that kind of stuff for the right people. I have a screening test for my new interns. Anyone that comes into my company, they have to pass the benchmark. If they don't pass the benchmark, they are booted out of the company. And we have an intricate system to acquire the top tier talent in the marketplace, especially in Salesforce. We want to find the best top tier talent. And these all things are, new upgrades that I'm currently using to systemize my company to have a proper protocol. I want my company to be something that we have a solid foundation. So when we do have 50 to 100 employees, you're not going to just gather them around and just put them in a freaking room and be like, oh, you work for me now. Okay. No, we have to have a proper setup and a proper foundation, proper strategy to get these people to come to our company. So these are new upgrades that I'm currently doing: HR, screening tests, management, protocols, all these different things to acquire the talent. And once they come in, we have the 2-week training course. We have the benchmark. You have to pass both of them. You have to come and make sales. You have to hit the quotas. And then once you hit the quotas, you're officially on the team, right? So now this is currently what I'm doing. And this is what's going to take my company from $1 million to $10 million. Simple as that. I'm going to scale it. And if you guys are wondering how to get to the point where you even make $1 million, you're probably scared. You're like, what the frick? This guy's talking about $10 million. I haven't even made $100,000. That's the game, right? It's all about scale. So if you want to scale from $0 to $100,000, you have to realize what you need to do to get it done, right? And honestly, if you want to do it the right way, then what I would personally recommend is doing it with your own blood, sweat, and tears. And convincing about, I'd say 9 people. You need to convince 9 people to buy something for $1,000 a month. Simple as that. If you can convince 9 people out of the whole month to buy something for $1,000 a month, then you just made $100,000 a year. And that's not freaking difficult. It's not difficult at all. Okay. I did it multiple times. I did it when I was 20 years old. I made my first 100K and I never looked back since. It's too easy. If I wanted to go out there and make 100K in a month, individually, I probably can, because I know the system. I know how it works. So I told you guys I'm not going to sell anything to you guys, and I honestly don't want to. But if there's anyone interested in learning how this whole system works on sales and how to, make $100,000 alone on a marketing agency, by the way, hit me up. I'm totally down to have a conversation. I won't charge you for a conversation or anything like that. You can have a conversation with me anytime you want. My Instagram is @ish, okay, ish, two I's in the beginning, ish, THECEO. There we go. That's my name. ISHTHECEO. You guys can go hit me up anytime you want. Feel free I'm always down for a call. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. These are the 4 biggest mistakes I've made when making my first $1 million. And hopefully you guys can learn from these, especially when you're starting your entrepreneurship journey. Be careful who you trust, scale, think bigger, make time for personal growth. Learn how to know that you can't do it all alone. Be careful who you trust, and scale fast, guys. Business is a video game. To get to the next level, you have to put in the next level work. So if you want to scale it, you just have to build a foundation and keep building the empire until it becomes a freaking Empire State Building. Simple as that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's Ish, and hopefully you guys learned something. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.